Welcome back, everybody. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day. Or I hope you guys all have a wonderful day, depending on what time you're watching this. But today, I got a very special video today. If you haven't seen by the title and thumbnail, it's a story time. And this one is the first time my parents ever let me go out of town without them. This one was a very special one. It involves my brothers. If you guys haven't seen my earlier videos, Daniel and Diego, just don't mix them up because they get really mad. Anyway, and what happened was, let's just get into it. So this was about my sophomore year, 3 years ago already, and one day for lunch, it was a Thursday. Yes, it was a Thursday. We were hanging out and they were like, hey, do you want to come to Las Lunas with us for a family wedding that's gonna happen tomorrow? I was like, yeah, let me just call my mom. So I called my mom and I asked her. She said yes. She's like, when you leave? I was like, today, on a Thursday. So I had class on Friday, and it was during finals week. But luckily, a lot of my teachers had let us finish our finals early, and I didn't have any more finals to do, so missing class was no big deal. And my mom was like, okay, you don't have to worry about school or anything? I was like, no. She's like, okay, you can go. And so the rest of the day went by, and after school comes by, and I'm waiting for my mom. And they tell us that we have to... Actually, no. I tell my mom, we gotta hurry, go pick up my sister. And she gets out at 3:05, and I got out at 2:25. And then, rush straight home, and so I can pack. Because I haven't packed. I barely found out that day that I was gonna go. And on the way home, it was like 3:45, and their mom texts me, oh, be ready by 4:15. I get home at 4. Gives me 15 minutes to pack everything I need for 3 days. I get home, I finish packing in 10 minutes. I ironed my clothes that I was going to wear for the wedding. I packed my swim trunks, everything I needed. And once I had just finished, I hear honking at my gate. 10 minutes when they said 4:15 and it was 4:10. I was like, oh, thank God. I was about to just sit down, relax, take it easy for 5 minutes till they get here. And I was like, okay, well, I guess we're leaving. So I left, and on the way there, we had the best time. For the first 30 minutes, I was talking about some girl I met at Cliffs the other day. And then after that, we had finished eating because we had gotten Burger King just before leaving. And after all that, it had been about an hour, and we started playing games on our phones. We started playing Heads Up. If you guys don't know what that is, then you guys gotta get with the program already. Anyway, we played Heads Up for about an hour. That means we still had another hour to get to Las Cruces. Then we started just looking up songs and singing to the music on the radio or to the music that we play on our phones, and that was about 45 minutes. And for the last 15 minutes, it was just silence. We were just tired and everything. And what ended up happening is, instead of going straight to the hotel, which I thought was gonna happen, we went to their uncle's house. And their uncle's house was, their uncle was really cool. And he had a foosball table in his garage. And we went to go play for a while and, just have some fun. Then we get called because they had made food for us. And we have these... Oh man, I hope the wind doesn't hurt this. Anyways, we're eating, they made us food, and they asked if we wanted chili. I was like, yeah, I want a chili. I want to mind one. Turns out they had habaneros. And if you don't know what an habanero chili is, then try it. It's really spicy, but it's good. And so I took a little bite, and then we kind of convinced Diego to take a bite, and didn't take that long. But then we had to convince Daniel to take a bite. And once we did, it took us like 20 minutes to convince him. But once he did, he took the tiniest little bite, like a little nibble, and that's it. I was like, oh, that wasn't even a bite. But after we eat, we left to the hotel. And the hotel had a pool. So the first thing we did when we got down is go look for the pool and see where it was, if it was indoor or outdoor. Turns out it was an outdoor pool, and this was in May. So it's super windy, and it's still not like super hot or anything. It's still kind of chilly in the mornings and at night. And me and Diego, once we had gotten to our rooms and everything, decided we wanted to go and jump into the pool and just mess around for a bit. That did not happen. It was windy outside, first off. The water was freezing, and it was dark. So just three things that didn't match up. So what we did is we went to one end, jumped in, swam to the other end, and got out. And we just dried off we waited outside until we were dry, and we went back to the rooms and we went to sleep. And the next day when we woke up late because we fell asleep late, and we almost missed breakfast at the hotel. Luckily we got up and got down just in time to get our breakfast. Like, we weren't really hungry, but we ended up getting some of the stuff that we wanted, like some waffles and some cereal and stuff. And then we went back up and started getting ready to go to the wedding. And at the wedding, it was pretty cool. Like, we were waiting for the bride to get there, and while we were waiting, it's like a bunch of cousins and everything, and they were all just having the best time ever. They were all cracking jokes and just hitting each other and everything. It was funny. But then once the bride got there, it got serious. It was a nice ceremony and everything. And we got back outside, and everybody started taking pictures, because everybody wants to take pictures with the bride and groom, right? And they were taking pictures, and they were still joking around, still having fun, still going at each other's throats, not like in a mad kind of way, but just, taking shots at one another. And it was funny. But then once we went to their uncle's house, which we had gone the night before, that's where the party was going to be at. And so we went, and we waited for everybody to get there. We get there kind of early, and then they served the food because it was already like 4 or 5 already in the afternoon, so everybody was hungry. And we all eat, and then we wait for more people to get there, and they eat. And me, Daniel, and Diego decided to go to the garage again to play some more foosball. And while we were playing, the groom, one of their cousins, and that cousin had a friend who joined us to play. And we were all just like, why don't we do 2v2 tournaments? And so that's what we did. We played, and whoever would lose, so winner stays basically. And we did that for a while, and like it kept going back and forth. Like one team would stay on for a while, and then they get beaten, and then that next team just stays on for a while as well, and then they get beaten, and the third team stays on for a while, and that just kept going on back and forth until like after like 50 games, or I lost track, it was like just 1-1. Like you would win one game, and then you would stop winning, and then the next team, and like everybody was on and off. Like they would win one game, lose one game, and then one team would win two, but then they lose, and then the next team would win two, and it's just tied up, and like nobody was gaining any like headway or anything up the ladder. But at one point, something happened. I can't remember anymore. We just all stopped, and we all just busted out laughing. Like seriously, didn't know what the hell was going on. Like we just could not function to the point where we were on the floor laughing. Like seriously, we all took a seat just to laugh. And oh my god, it was so hilarious. I like, it's been a while, so I can't even remember what happened. And at the end of the tournament, supposedly, if you ask Daniel this, Daniel and the groom won because they were in a pair, and for me and Diego, we won. Like, that's what I think. I don't know who actually did win, but I say it was us. And we just had the best time ever. But then we had to take like a brief intermission because the groom and the bride were opening presents and everything. And like pretty much after they opened presents, that's it. I don't remember much after that. But it was just the best time ever. I hope, you know, you guys can have some friends where you've gone out of town with them and just have the best time ever, or just, you know, I wish all you guys could have that experience. It's the like best experience ever. You know, you kind of feel like a part of their family and everything, and that I do. If you guys haven't seen my videos, you know, I feel like they're my family and they take me in as one of their own.